All right, good morning, traders. Today is April 8th, 2024. Thank you for being here. My SPY pivot this morning, 517.50. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. All of the Fab 5 except for IWM made inside days. All 5 except for Diamond Dow are still in uptrends. SPY and FNGU closed above the trap and the 17 EMA, while Diamond Dow and IWM closed under the bearish trap, under the flat 17 EMA. QQQ closed inside the bearish trap, under a flat 17 EMA. GLD still in an uptrend, made a new all-time high for the 6th day in a row, while silver made a new 2-year high for the 4th day in a row. USO in an uptrend and a 6-month high, made a lower high and a lower low, closing over the bullish trap above a rising 17 EMA. UNG still in a downtrend, made an inside day, closing below the trap and the falling 17 EMA. US dollar index still in an uptrend, closing the day around 104.30, just creeping higher over the flat 200 SMA. All right, let's go take a look at some charts. All right, first chart. Excuse me, not feeling too well this morning. All right, so SPY, higher low, lower high, closing over the bullish trap, over the 17 EMA. Look at it on the 10-minute. Right through here, that's my pivot right there. 517.51, 517.50. Below that, I'm a bear. Above that, I'm a bull. On the SPY, we have a possible MMRP. It's the bearish MMRP. 278-minute candles to the downside. And you can see the pullback to support. And we're looking for 2 more price action candles to make a downward move. Actually 3 or 4, excuse me, to the downside later today. Now we'll see what happens. If they get up over this, this wick right here, the bearish MMRP is off. So up over 520.51, and that negates the bearish MMRP. So that is a 2 candle, 78-minute candles, 2 of the 78-minute candles, bearish MMRP. Igniting move down, pull back to support, resistance, and then we're looking for price advancement candles to shoot off to the downside. Hey, good morning, T. So that's what we got. That's what I'm looking at for today. We'll see what happens. All right, let's go look at QQQ. One too many there. All right, so here's QQQ on the daily chart. Inside day, closing inside the bearish trap under the 17 EMA. All right, higher low, lower high. FNGU inside day, higher low, lower high, closing over the bullish trap, over the flat 17 EMA. FNGU. Diamond Dow inside day as well, lower high, higher low, closing under the bearish trap, under the flat 17 EMA. IWM, so Russell 2000. All right, we've got a lower high, lower low, closing under the bearish trap, under the 17 EMA. So a little profit taking going on in the Russell 2000. All right, let's take a look at USO. So yesterday's candle for USO was right here. Okay, my mistake. USO making a higher low and a higher high for the 6th day in a row to the upside. So USO closing above the bullish trap over the rising 17 EMA. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 days in a row, USO making new highs right through there. And those would be about 6-month highs running through there. So there's USO, crude oil, petroleum. All right, making a new all-time 6-month high or 2024 high. All right, higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap over a rising 17 EMA. So USO getting it done. UNG still in a downtrend. And let me make sure I got this right. Okay, so got the low here, 1482. The low here, 1480. Higher low. UNG printing an inside day but closing underneath the bearish trap and underneath the falling 17 EMA. Still in a downtrend for UNG. All right, let's take a look at GLD. Let's take a look at our precious metals. All right, so precious metals, that's today's candle. New all-time high printed on Friday. Got a higher low, higher high, closing over the bullish trap, over the rising 17 EMA. So GLD printing a new all-time high on GLD. SLV, same thing. All right. Not a new all-time high, but a new 2-year high right there. Let's see what the low is for this. 24.39. The low here, 24.39. So equal low, higher high, printing a new 2-year high right there on SLV. Closing over the bullish trap, over the rising 17 EMA. Still in an uptrend. Gold still in an uptrend. Silver still in an uptrend. Crude oil, petroleum still in an uptrend. SPY in an uptrend. IWM still in an uptrend. FNGU still in an uptrend. QQQ still in an uptrend. The only one that's not is Diamond Dow and UNG. That would be nat gas. So there's precious metals. Let's take a look at our technicals. All right, so you can see here's Friday's price action. All right, we came down in the sell zone and we shot up out of the sell zone, making higher lows in the chop zone, and we made higher highs in the buyer's chop zone and just kind of melted down back to the midpoint. That's T2122. All right, notice on T2122, I'm looking for the bearish MMRP while everything still seems to be consolidating over the midpoint. All right, and that goes to the same thing in SPY. They're still wrong one. All right, I'll go back to SPY in just a minute here. 221.23. Here's Friday's price action. A little bit of sell-off. Got some rally going on. Back up to BYOB, and then just red, green, red, just consolidating. In this would be a bull flag, but the bigger move is right here, and they're underneath the midpoint of this pullback. So let's see what we got. All right, see, here's the midpoint. That's a bull flag consolidation, but they're underneath the midpoint. So I give it to the bears on this one. Just in the short term, in the short time frame, all right, in the immediate near future. All in all, on the bigger picture for T2123, you can see we're still bullish. Got a rising 17 EMA, and it's been green since November, all the way back here, just about all the way through this. All right, so price action and the 17 all kind of converging in this area right on prior all-time highs. This is the new all-time high made a couple last week, and this is right now, this right here is the prior all-time highs. So let's take a look at FNGU. All right, FNGU, red, green, just kind of struggling with this 200 SMA. They did manage to get up on top of it in the post and pre-market. That is bullish. And if you look at T2122, you can see we're consolidating over the midpoint. That's also bullish. And I'll go back to my SPY chart and SPY, and we'll look at the pullback here on the 78-minute candle. All right, so here's our pullback, and if we pop open the quad lines to measure this off, you can see we are consolidating over the midpoint. Okay, so that's pretty good for them to consolidate over the midpoint. So got a lot of things consolidating over the midpoint. Could go either way. All right. Again, I've got a 2-candle 78-minute bearish MMRP. We'll see how that plays out. All right, let's take a look at the economic calendar. All right, so let's take a look right here. All right, you see nothing much going on. Kashkari is going to speak at 7 p.m. Tonight. Tomorrow, small business optimism index. That's at 6 in the morning. Nothing really happening there. And the main event is going to be CPI at 8:30 on Wednesday. So we got MBA mortgage applications 7 a.m. on Wednesday. CPI 8:30. That's the main event. And at 10:30, as always on Wednesday, we got a petroleum report. Okay, crude oil report. Wednesday, 10:30, happens all the time. FOMC minutes going to come out at 2 p.m. after CPI is released. And Treasury statement, I guess at 2 p.m. as well. So we'll see what they have to say. Let's take a look at Thursday. Jobless claims. PPI final demand, 8:30. Jobless claims, 8:30. Another Fed speaker. And 10:30, natural gas report. Like always on Thursday. And another Fed speaker. Other than that, light day. And for Friday, we got import-export prices at 8:30. Consumer sentiment at 10. Some more Fed speakers. And a rig count at 1 p.m. Okay, so the main event this week is CPI. Kind of probably want to be flat for, well, probably all day. We'll see what happens. CPI and then FOMC at 2. So we'll see what happens here. CPI and FOMC at 2. This is going to be the main event this week. Open Max Payne. All right. These are for the options that expire today. All right. Max Payne is 518. And we have over 1.5 puts for every call. Okay. So could be a short squeeze. We'll see what happens. All right. So Max Payne 518. Where are we now? Let's take a peek. SPY right now, 518. So we're right where we need to be for Max Payne. So we'll take a look at that after. No need to take a look at it. We're already there. Right. Earnings. All right. Nothing big on the calendar for Monday. Nothing notable that's going to move the markets. Tuesday. Nothing notable that's going to move the market. Maybe some familiar names like WD-40, Delta. It's not going to move the markets a whole lot. Okay. Thursday, nothing there that's going to move the markets. Just some familiar names: CarMax, Fastenal, Constellation Brands. All right. Friday, this one could move the market. That's about $500 billion right there. JP Morgan Chase, Wells Fargo, Progressive, BlackRock. So it looks like we're kicking off the season again with, here come the bank stocks all over again. So here's Friday, April 12th. So at the end of the week, it's going to be an exciting week, as well as Wednesday for CPI and 2 o'clock FOMC statement. All right, so that's our earnings calendar. So some big banks going to report at the end of the week here. Chase, Wells Fargo, BlackRock, Citigroup, State Street. It's going to be a busy week. So we'll see what happens there. And for the U.S. dollar index, you can see us creeping up. We closed on Friday right around 104.30. You can see right now we're creeping up to 104.40. All right, so they're climbing up this breakdown tail right there, this breakdown wick right there. So I'll take, I'm going to take questions in the room. And if not, I'm going to render my video. I'm not feeling like 100% today, but I'll be here. I'll probably be doing a lot of typing on the screen so that I can let you guys know what I'm doing, what I'm seeing, what I'm thinking. All right. So right now I want to just see if that bearish MMRP is going to play out. So we'll see what happens. All right. So that's it for this morning. Thank you out there in video land for everybody that subscribes and leaves a kind comment. Really appreciate that. Everybody that joined me on Facebook group, love that. Thank you just as much. Thanks, Lorraine. Thank you. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how the market opens up this morning. Right now, it's looking kind of bullish. I've got some puts on. We'll see what happens here. Again, over 521.50. I definitely want to be a bull over that. So we'll see what happens.